Well, good evening, friends. I hope that you are doing well tonight. Father Eric here in my first ever fireside chat. I have absolutely no clue if this is working right now or not, but hey, we're going to keep on going and see what happens. And so, nonetheless, let me see here. Oh, Athena is watching. Hello. So nonetheless, I just thought we'd gather tonight and just as FDR did, let's just have a little chat. The reality is I am a raging extrovert, and with being a raging extrovert, I need some at least virtual interaction with people. So that is what we're doing, and I happen to be now living in St. Rose's Rectory in Perrysburg, and it has a fireplace, so why not use it? What a God moment, a Holy Spirit moment. And so nonetheless, gathering here, just knowing that life is crazy, absolutely crazy, and it has been an absolutely, the whole week has been nuts, as we know, with this coronavirus and things like that. And so I am well aware that some are lonely, some are fearful, some are freaked out, some are just don't know what to think. In fact, today I went and I was so excited. I thought I'd have some sense of normalcy in my life, and so I went to get a Reuben sandwich at my favorite place that has my favorite Reuben. I ordered it on DoorDash. It said it was going to be ready in 15 minutes. I was so excited. I got there. The place was nuts. There was no social distancing in this carryout line, let me just tell you. Absolutely none. And I get up there to pay, and she goes, "We don't have any Reubens." And I went, "Well, you've got to be kidding me. I mean, what else can go wrong? We have a pandemic that's out here. I can't get a Reuben, all these different things. Just crazy, crazy stuff." And so people are panicking. They're freaking out. People are just wondering, what does this all mean? How is this? What's going to happen with all of this? And, I've been pondering it a lot 2 days ago when all of this kind of, when this started, and I had to remove the Blessed Sacrament from our Perpetual Adoration Chapel at St. Joe's here in Maumee. It's been going strong for 34 years, and to remove the Blessed Sacrament, just tough stuff, and then just again knowing that the bishops are doing their best and making this good faith effort to protect us, and yet the thought of not celebrating Holy Week liturgies. I have loved Holy Week liturgies since I was in 8th grade when I was an MC at Norwalk St. Paul, and so again, it's just to not celebrate those in the same way is absolutely, I don't know. I mean, it almost brought a tear to my eye. And so again, trying to make sense of all of this. And I don't know how much sense I can make of all of it. However, here are some of my thoughts. These past few days have absolutely been nuts. And yet, it's actually given me more time for prayer. It's given me more time to connect with people, on the phone, just to keep those social distancing things happening. But it's given me more time to think, to pray, to reflect, to figure out what is important. And I think, my friends, I think we need it. I think we need it. And I know that God is going to do amazing things from this whole pandemic and everything shutting down and all of that stuff. In many ways we've had it pretty easy, and I'd be able to go get my Reuben anytime I wanted. Maybe I've had it too easy. Maybe I haven't been sacrificing in the same way that I should. At the beginning of Lent, there's a priest in our diocese who always said, "I hope you have an excruciating Lent," and that is how I always start my Ash Wednesday homilies. And it's fascinating because this is more excruciating than any Lent that I have been a part of, to think about the people who are just going through awful things, to think about our first responders and nurses and doctors who were right on the front lines dealing with this, to think about the people who, have been, who have died from this disease, especially overseas and here in the States, to think about, again, people quarantined. We had somebody today call, and he was just an older parishioner, and he wanted to hear his wife's name, his deceased wife's name, be mentioned in our petitions, because the Mass was for her, and he didn't have a computer to hear it, and he was just devastated. These things crush me, and my heart it just goes out to so many people. But I think we can't let fear overcome us. What was the most popular phrase? What's the most common phrase in the Bible? The most often used phrase? Be not afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. And I think that is absolutely critical for us today. But instead of being afraid, let's see how God is going to use this. Even though parents I know are freaking out about having to be home with their kids, and what am I going to do with them, and all these types of things, and I got to actually help them with all this homework and stuff. Maybe this is time that you haven't gotten to spend with your kids in a long time. Maybe you needed that, Or, again, I just think about, over these past days, I have more time to pray than I ever have. How awesome is that? And I'm trying to do that, to pray for all of you, to pray for those who are lonely, to pray for those who are frightened, to pray for all of those who have this dreaded virus. All of that stuff. I think about, again, the time to catch up with people that maybe we've forgotten about, or friends, long-lost friends that we haven't, talked to in a while. And maybe this is time that we actually have to actually reach out. And so I have all the faith and confidence that God is going to truly do awesome things with this. The other thing I've been thinking about a lot, and I now that I'm living with my spiritual director here at St. Rose, Father George Wenzinger, we were talking the other day, and he said, Eric, maybe this fasting from the Eucharist that so many people do, or that so many people have to do right now, maybe we need this fasting, because maybe we have grown too accustomed to just receiving the Eucharist and not even thinking about how great of a gift it is. And I thought, wow, that's kind of powerful. And maybe we're guilty of that. Maybe this is what our church needs to be purified, because we know it needs to be purified. And so, I know God is truly, truly going to do things and great things from this. And we have to trust that. We have to follow that. And we can never let anything else get us down. I see some of you saying hello and all that. It's great to see all of you. Somebody asked about if this is delaying moving into the rectory. I don't think this is delaying it. It might. We'll see. For those of you who are watching that don't know, the priest, myself and Father Joseph at St. Joe Maumee are moving into a new or a different rectory closer to the parish, and there's some work being done on it. And so they're still working hard. They were still working hard at it today. So we'll see what happens there. But nonetheless, any other questions that you guys have for me, you can pop those up, and I think I can see them. And happy to discuss anything, unless I don't want to discuss it. But Oh, look at my mother is even saying hi and watching. God love you. And Marky Mark, what's up, dude? So nonetheless, my friends, know that I am praying for all of you and sending my love to all of you. And that is something that you're just all in my thoughts and prayers, and whatever I can do, whatever we can do at the parish to help you through this. Obviously, we want to do that. And so, are you enjoying the NCAA basketball tournament? No. Are you cooking your own meals now? Well, here was the problem tonight. Since I could not get my Reuben, I had to go see my friends at Burger King, and I had it my way. I had a Whopper, and I did not have tomato on it. Thank God. Tomatoes ruin a lot of things, and so we can't do that. Are you well stocked on beer and meat? Not on beer, but definitely on Manhattans. And not really on meat. I didn't do any shopping, my friends. This is really sad, because I'm always at people's homes for dinner. So for those of you who are not into social distancing and are willing to have a priest over for dinner, I am so grateful to come on over for that. No corned beef this year. Well, you know, Sonny, I would have loved to have your corned beef because you make the best corned beef that I have ever had. Sharon, maybe if you don't like the fact that I had Burger King, maybe you should have made me something tonight. You know? Oh, thanks, Bill. I'd be happy to come over here at some point. But nonetheless, all is good, though, my friends. And I just wanted to do this tonight because I think we need some sense of normalcy. We need some levity in the midst of all of this. And we absolutely need this. And I wanted to have a little connection with all my parishioners and former parishioners, past parishioners, all that good stuff, and be able to do that. And so, the youngies have a lot of bourbon as always, but I have to bring my special mix. Yes, I always have that traveling Manhattan kit with me. So, all is good, my friends, and I am praying for you all, and maybe I'll do this some other time here in the week with random musings and thoughts. So know that I love you, care about you, and am praying for each one of you. God bless.